All right, Virgo, let's get into your reading. So the message coming in strong today is this person is completely in love with you. If you doubted that even for a second, the cards are here to correct that belief immediately. They are not just thinking about you casually, they are obsessing over how to reach you again. The pull toward you occupies their mind daily, and it has become impossible for them to ignore. The obsession is not dark, it is the kind that burns quietly behind every decision they make. This is not a passing thought or a fleeting curiosity. This is deep and consuming and relentless. The intensity of what they feel for you sits at the center, and it governs everything they do. The cards arrived loaded with confirmation today, and not a single one left room for any doubt. Not a single card wavered today, and the conviction behind this reading is something I rarely witness. Our first card is the Lovers, and this landed with a force that demands your full attention. The Lovers confirms a bond between you that goes beyond attraction. It reaches into something soul level. This card does not arrive for ordinary connections. It only appears when two energies are magnetically intertwined. What exists between you and this person vibrates at a specific frequency, one neither of you can manufacture. The connection registered in both of your systems at the same moment, and that alignment is exceptionally rare. The Lovers tells me their love is not in question. It forms the foundation of everything revealed here. They chose you on a spiritual level before their mind even caught up, and that choice still holds. This card radiates mutual recognition, and it confirms that the thread between you has never been severed. The Lover says this bond was written before either of you understood it, and it echoes loudly today. What flows between you carries a magnetic charge, and both of your energies recognize each other instinctively. The next card is the King of Cups, and this speaks directly to the depth of their devotion. The King of Cups confirms this person carries mature emotional weight for you, not infatuation, but real love. Their feelings did not develop overnight. They built slowly and rooted themselves deep into who this person is. This card holds emotion with intention, and it tells me they guard what they feel for you carefully. They process everything internally before expressing it, and that restraint is what makes their love so potent. The King of Cups does not chase, but when he locks onto a connection, he never lets go. This person treats their feelings for you as sacred ground, protecting them fiercely from outside interference. Their obsession with reaching you is not reckless, it is measured and deliberate and deeply felt inside. They think about your well being in ways you would never guess, carrying quiet concern like a second pulse. The King of Cups confirms their love operates beneath the surface, steady and unwavering, without needing applause. They would walk through discomfort to protect what they feel for you, and that loyalty defines this card. Their devotion operates like gravity, invisible but constant, pulling them toward you without any pause or hesitation. Then we have the Three of Wands, and this card confirms they actively scan the horizon for you. The Three of Wands tells me this person stands at the edge of decision, looking directly your way. They have positioned themselves mentally to make contact, and the only barrier between intention and action is timing. This card shows expansion and forward vision, meaning their thoughts about you stretch beyond just a single conversation. The Three of Wands confirms they see a bigger picture with you, one that includes lasting presence. Their gaze is fixed in your direction, and the urgency of reaching you intensifies with each passing day. This card shows a person who planted their flag in your territory with no intention of removing it. They are not passively waiting for fate. They are leaning toward you with every fiber of their being. This card leaves zero ambiguity about where their focus lands, and it falls squarely and permanently on you. The Three of Wands confirms emotional investment in a future with you, and they refuse to abandon it. If you questioned whether this person loves you, the cards answered that with absolute and total certainty. They are in love with you. They obsess over reaching out, and nothing about that is slowing down. This connection blazes with intent, and the cards made it impossible to deny what pulses between you both. Now, let us come in close, because your side of this carries a depth that deserves honoring. You have been wrestling with thoughts that refuse to settle, and that weight shows in your energy. Part of you already senses what the cards confirmed, but another part keeps fighting that knowing fiercely. The tug between belief and self-protection has left you emotionally exhausted, and you feel that fatigue deeply. You want to trust what you feel, but past experiences taught you that trust can be dangerous. Your guard went up for valid reasons, and lowering it feels like stepping barefoot onto uncertain ground. The emotional territory you navigate lately is complicated, and you deserve recognition for walking through it steadily. Our first card for your energy is Strength, and this validates the quiet power you carry within. Strength tells me you have been holding yourself together through sheer willpower, and that resilience runs bone deep. You do not crumble easily, and the composure you maintain through emotional turbulence is remarkable to witness. This card confirms you possess a rare inner fortitude, one that keeps you grounded when everything else tilts. Strength also reveals that your patience with this situation has been extraordinary, even when it drains you. You absorb emotional pressure without broadcasting it, and that quiet absorption has become your signature way of coping. The courage it takes to remain open while protecting yourself simultaneously is something this card deeply acknowledges. There are moments when your resolve wavers privately, and those cracks stay invisible to everyone around you. You question whether your feelings are justified, and that internal debate circles your mind without ever resolving. Strength confirms you are far more capable than you give yourself credit for, and the cards see that. Your emotional intelligence operates at a level most people never reach, and it guides you, even through fog. The next card is the Five of Pentacles, and this speaks to the loneliness you carry privately. The Five of Pentacles tells me you feel excluded from warmth you know exists but cannot access. There is an emotional coldness that settles over you in quiet hours, and it makes you feel stranded. You wonder if you are asking for too much, and that doubt shrinks your desires into something smaller. This card reveals you have been walking through emotional winter, convincing yourself you do not need shelter. The Five of Pentacles confirms a heaviness in your chest from wanting something you cannot yet hold. You tell yourself you are fine without it, but your body and sleepless nights tell a different story. The isolation you feel is not from lacking people around you. It exists because nobody truly gets it. You crave a specific presence, and no substitute has filled that void, no matter how hard you tried. This card shows me that your heart has been starving quietly, rationing hope to make it stretch further. You minimize your own needs constantly, and that habit of shrinking yourself has become dangerously automatic lately. Then we see the Page of Cups arriving, and this illuminates the tender vulnerability living inside you. The Page of Cups tells me beneath your composure lives a softness you rarely let anyone witness. You still believe in love with a purity that surprises even you, despite everything you have endured. This card confirms an emotional openness you guard fiercely, a willingness to feel that never fully hardened. The Page of Cups reveals you still daydream, still imagine, still allow yourself private moments of uncensored hoping. Your vulnerability is not a liability. It is the very thing that keeps your heart capable of receiving. You catch yourself softening toward the idea of connection and then immediately tense up out of preservation. This card confirms your emotional world is rich and layered, filled with desires you rarely speak out loud. You want to be chosen deliberately. You want consistency and depth, and you refuse to beg for either. The Page of Cups honors the dreamer in you, the part that envisions something beautiful despite everything. Your heart whispers possibilities to you constantly, and you listen more than you admit, even to yourself. Strength confirmed your resilience. The Five of Pentacles exposed your loneliness, and the Page revealed your tenderness. You are not broken by what you carry. You are being refined into something even more extraordinary. Everything you feel is earned and legitimate, and your heart deserves the devotion it constantly offers others. Okay, let us go into it because their side of this connection reveals a storm they cannot outrun. This person is caught between pride and longing wins every single round against them. Their emotional landscape shifted dramatically since you entered it, and they have not recovered from the impact. The way they feel about you has altered their daily thoughts, permanently and without any mercy. They did not sign up for this intensity, and the shock of it keeps them off balance constantly. What burns inside them for you is not convenient, and they wrestle with that inconvenience every day. The cards expose a person whose emotional foundation has been reorganized entirely around your existence in their world. The first card for their energy is the Knight of Pentacles, and this reveals the devotion they carry. The Knight of Pentacles tells me this person committed to you internally, even while their mouth stays shut. Their loyalty to you operates underground, steady and relentless, and completely invisible to the outside world around them. This card confirms a person who builds love brick by brick, never rushing but never abandoning the structure. The Knight of Pentacles shows that their feelings matured slowly into something unshakable and deeply rooted within. They do not treat emotions for you casually. Every thought about you receives weight and careful attention. This card does not represent wavering. It represents devotion that has been tested and still stands firmly. Their patience with their own feelings surprises even them because normally they would have moved on by now. The fact that they cannot release you from their system tells them everything about how genuine this is. The Knight of Pentacles confirms they show love through consistency, not grand displays, but persistent, quiet dedication. They observe your world from the margins, investing attention in you without ever announcing their quiet presence. The next card is the Seven of Wands, and this exposes the defensive posture around their feelings. The Seven of Wands tells me this person fights actively, protecting what they feel from outside influence. People in their circle have opinions about you, and this person guards their truth against every objection. They defend you privately in ways you will never witness, and that protectiveness runs deeper than they admit. This card reveals a person standing alone on a hill, holding ground for love that nobody else validates. The Seven of Wands confirms they face internal resistance too, battling their own doubt alongside external pressure. They argue with themselves nightly about whether to reach out, and the debate exhausts them without resolution. Their defenses are not aimed at you, they are aimed at everything threatening to pull them away. The fight they wage internally has nothing to do with ambivalence. It is fueled by overwhelming certainty. This card shows refusal to let go, despite every logical reason screaming at them to walk away entirely. The Seven of Wands confirms a stubbornness rooted in genuine feeling, not ego, but raw emotional conviction. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune, and this exposes the fate element woven through their feelings. The Wheel of Fortune tells me this person senses your connection is destined, not accidental or ordinary. They feel the hand of something larger steering this, and it unsettles them on a fundamental level. This card confirms they recognize a karmic thread between you, a pull that defies rational explanation entirely. The Wheel of Fortune reveals they believe fate circles them back to you, and resistance changes nothing. Their surrender to this belief is not complete, but the resistance crumbles faster than they can rebuild. They sense that fighting this connection equals fighting fate, and that realization sits heavy in their chest. This card confirms a spiritual awareness about your bond, one they carry privately and protect from scrutiny. The Wheel of Fortune does not appear for forgettable connections. It appears for bonds written into destiny. Their emotional state is a collision of devotion and defensiveness and destiny, all converging at once around you. Every layer the cards peeled back confirmed the same truth. This person is consumed by what they feel. Nothing about their internal world is calm or resolved. It churns with your name at its very center. Their heart recognized you before their mind agreed, and that disconnect keeps them frozen yet burning inside. So let us see what the cards are showing, because the action unfolding here is impossible to ignore. The movement between you and this person has shifted from internal debate to active external preparation. Decisions that sat frozen for months are now thawing rapidly, and the first cracks are already visible. The energy around this connection no longer tolerates stalling, and the universe is forcing hands. Open now. What was once hesitation is transforming into calculated momentum, and the timeline has tightened considerably this week. The cards confirm that the stillness between you has reached its absolute limit, and something must give soon. External forces are aligning in ways that push direct contact closer, and neither of you orchestrated this shift. Our first card is the Chariot, and this brings undeniable confirmation that decisive action is already in motion. The Chariot tells me this person crossed a mental threshold, and there is no turning back from it. They have made an internal decision about you, and the energy behind that decision now drives everything forward. This card carries the most determined and focused action energy in the entire deck, and it landed here. The Chariot confirms they are no longer debating whether to reach you. They are strategizing exactly how. The wheels are turning on their end, and every obstacle that previously blocked their path is being dismantled. This card does not represent wishful thinking. It represents iron will aimed directly at reconnecting with you. The Chariot shows victory through discipline, meaning their approach will be structured and intentional when it arrives. They are gathering the courage to make a move that feels enormous, and that preparation accelerates daily. The steps they take toward you carry increasing urgency, and each one lands closer than the one before. This card confirms a person who has chosen direction over doubt, and that direction points squarely at you. The momentum behind the Chariot cannot be reversed once it begins, and it has already begun moving. Their behavior will shift noticeably in the coming period, and the change will feel sudden to you. The Chariot confirms they are done sitting with indecision, and the relief of choosing fuels their next step. Expect direct communication that carries weight and purpose behind it, not casual testing, but real intentional contact. The Chariot does not deliver half measures. It delivers full commitment toward a destination already locked in place. This card tells me the action unfolding is not theoretical. It is concrete and already being executed quietly. Then we have the Ace of Wands, and this card ignites everything with a fresh and undeniable spark. The Ace of Wands confirms a brand new initiative forming, one aimed entirely at reaching you directly. This is not recycled energy from the past. It is a completely fresh surge of motivation and drive. The Ace of Wands represents the first flame of a new chapter, and that flame just caught fire. They have been struck by a renewed sense of urgency about you, and it overrides every prior hesitation. This card confirms inspiration hit them recently, a sudden clarity about what they need to do next. The Ace of Wands reveals the spark to reach out has been lit, and it burns, hotter daily. Their energy around you shifted from passive longing to active pursuit, and the cards captured that pivot. This card shows bold initiative taking shape, meaning the contact you receive will feel charged and purposeful. The Ace of Wands does not appear for stagnant situations. It appears when fresh energy enters the field. Something triggered this shift recently, an event or realization that made waiting feel completely unbearable to them. This card confirms the action forming is passionate and direct, carrying fire behind every word they prepare. The Ace of Wands paired with the Chariot creates the strongest action combination, and the cards confirm it. Together, these cards confirm unstoppable forward motion, driven by fresh inspiration and disciplined, unwavering determination combined. The movement approaching you is not subtle. It arrives with force and clarity, and undeniable intention behind it. Everything the cards revealed about action today points in one direction, and that direction is contact with you. The wheels are turning, the spark is lit, And what unfolds next will change the dynamic between you. The action side of this reading left nothing ambiguous. They are coming toward you, and nothing stops it. Now, let us go ahead and dive into this, because the confessions buried here are staggeringly honest. What this person hides from you is not indifference. It is a declaration they simply cannot voice. The words they swallow daily would reshape everything between you, and they know that with absolute certainty. Their unspoken truth is not small or manageable. It is the kind that rewrites lifetimes once released. They rehearse confessions in the dark that never survive until morning, dissolving before courage catches up. What they secretly want from you would stun you, because the scale of it dwarfs anything surface level. The cards peel back every layer of pretense today, and what remains underneath is raw, unfiltered devotion. Our first card is the Hanged Man, and this exposes a secret surrender they refuse to acknowledge publicly. The Hanged Man tells me this person already gave in to their feelings, completely and privately, weeks ago. They stopped fighting what they feel, but they perform resistance daily so nobody discovers the actual truth. This card reveals a person suspended between two worlds, knowing they belong with you, but terrified to land. The Hanged Man confirms they view your connection from an angle, one that nobody else can access. They see the full picture of what you two could become, and that vision haunts their quiet hours. Their secret confession is that they already chose you, long before their behavior caught up to it. The Hanged Man shows a person who sacrificed peace to protect a truth too large to contain alone. They gave up trying to forget you, and that surrender happened in total silence without a single witness. The moment they stopped resisting, everything shifted inside them, and they have never been the same since. This card confirms they carry a perspective about your bond, one they share with absolutely nobody around them. The Hanged Man reveals they view your connection as sacred, a word they would never dare voice aloud. Their hidden world revolves around a version of life that includes you permanently, and they built it alone. They imagine conversations with you that reach depths far beyond any exchange they have had with another soul. The Hanged Man confirms a spiritual confession. They believe you were placed in their life by something greater. That belief terrifies them, because accepting it means surrendering control over a narrative they built around independence. Their constructed identity crumbles in your presence, and your existence in their heart dismantles it piece by piece. This card shows a person who accepted what they feel, but still refuses to let you witness it. Their silence is not rejection. It is the loudest form of self-protection they know how to practice. Then we have the Nine of Wands, and this exposes the exhaustion of guarding a confession this enormous. The Nine of Wands tells me they are worn thin from holding back what they ache to confess. They are tired of pretending they do not care, and the performance drains them more than anything else. This card confirms a person standing guard over feelings they cannot release, battered but still upright somehow. The Nine of Wands reveals that every wall they maintain costs them sleep, peace, and emotional stability. Their hidden confession is that they want to collapse into honesty, to finally stop performing for everyone. They dream of a moment where they say everything without filter, and that fantasy sustains them nightly. The Nine of Wands shows a person wounded by vulnerability before, and that scar governs every choice. They want to trust you with the full weight of their feelings, but past betrayal built reflexive armor. The ache of wanting to confess and being unable to creates a pressure they carry every waking hour. This card confirms their exhaustion is not from lack of feeling, but from the sheer effort of concealing. The Nine of Wands reveals a private vow they made to themselves to never be that exposed again. Here they are, though, more exposed by you than by anyone before, and that recognition wrecks them entirely. Their confession lives on the tip of their tongue daily, and swallowing it back takes everything they have. The Hanged Man revealed their secret surrender, and the Nine of Wands exposed the toll of guarding it. Their deepest unspoken truth is simple. They are completely yours, and the terror of it keeps them mute. What they carry in silence for you is not casual attachment. It is a full declaration still undelivered. Okay, let us go ahead and get into it because the near future holds a powerful shift ahead. Our first card is the World, and this confirms that a major cycle between you is reaching completion. The World tells me that what has been circling between you finally lands, and it lands with purpose. This card represents fulfillment at the highest level, and it confirms that resolution arrives in tangible form. The World confirms the near future brings a moment where everything aligns and clarity replaces all confusion. The distance between you shrinks to nothing, and what felt unreachable starts becoming real and touchable soon. This card does not appear for incomplete stories. It appears when a chapter reaches its destined conclusion. The World also confirms the next encounter between you carries finality and mutual recognition that changes everything. What unfolds ahead leaves no room for ambiguity, and both of you will feel its significance instantly. A sense of arrival washes over this portion of the reading, and the cards celebrate what is forming. The advice card is Judgment, and this calls you to rise into the fullness of what awaits you. Judgment tells me it is time to release old narratives about yourself and step into renewed self-worth. This card asks you to answer the call when it arrives, without shrinking or second-guessing your value. Judgment confirms that holding back from fear would be the only thing capable of delaying this reunion. The advice is direct. Trust yourself completely and meet what is coming with your whole heart wide open. Judgment also asks you to forgive the silence that existed between you and see it as necessary preparation. Everything that felt painful was shaping both of you for the moment ahead, and that moment approaches rapidly. This card reminds you that transformation requires shedding old skin, and the discomfort was never without purpose. Judgment confirms you are ready for what comes next, even if your mind has not caught up yet. The message today was unmistakable. If you thought this person was not in love with you, think again. They are obsessing over reaching out to you, and every single card validated that truth without exception. This entire reading confirmed their love is real, their obsession is genuine, and contact between you is inevitable. The energy never wavered once across all 6 parts, and that consistency speaks louder than any single card. The reading never contradicted itself once, and that level of agreement across 15 cards is extraordinarily rare. The Lovers confirmed a soul-level bond, and the King of Cups confirmed mature and devoted love. The Three of Wands confirmed they watch the horizon for you, and Strength confirmed your quiet inner power. The Five of Pentacles exposed your private loneliness, and the Page of Cups honored your tender vulnerability. The Knight of Pentacles confirmed their silent loyalty, and the Seven of Wands confirmed they defend your bond. The Wheel of Fortune confirmed destiny at play, and the Chariot confirmed decisive action already in motion. The Ace of Wands confirmed a fresh spark of initiative, and the Hanged Man exposed their secret surrender. The Nine of Wands confirmed the exhaustion